Alright, what's happening, y'all? Two big things to talk about today. One, Dan Snyder. Two, N'Keal Harry. Two names that a lot of Burgundy and Gold Nation don't want anything to deal with or even want to hear in a video, but we have to talk about them. And we got to get this Dan Snyder stuff out of the way first. Let's get it. Alright, so first of all, it's reported that Dan Snyder is pretty much going nowhere. Like I assumed, not that I want it, but I assumed. I didn't think this would happen this soon, but apparently Dan Snyder will be buying the other 40.5% of the team, and he'll have to pay $875 million to do so. And he will also pay the fine for the Beth Wilkinson investigation results of executives' misconduct. He bought the majority stake back in 1999, so he's had the majority of the team so far. That's why it seems like he's basically the owner, which he kind of is, because he owns the majority of the team, but he's never had 100%. And in the 22 years before Dan Snyder became an owner, we won 3 Super Bowls, played in 5 NFC Championship games, and we won 4 of them. Since he bought the team 22 years ago, Washington has won 0 Super Bowls, has played in 0 NFC championships, of course winning 0. We haven't even made it that far. So a good 22 years compared to another 22-year comparison. So Dan Snyder will officially have 100% of the team to himself, which could get a little iffy and a little dangerous. We were making all of the right moves. Ron Rivera running the football side of everything. Jason Wright running the business side and all of that. And then out of nowhere, here comes Dan Snyder buying 100% of the team. And who knows what he'll do with power like that.
I'll steal it! No one will ever know!
Because at first, I mean, since he didn't own all of it, he wasn't able to make like huge decisions on his own. Now, since he owns 100% of it, well, he'll have complete control over everything. He doesn't have to wait for the approval of other people if he doesn't want to. Hopefully, I really hope he lets everything football still be handled by Ron Rivera and the company. And then I think we should still be straight. And I feel like we're still going to be a great team. We have a bright future, but Dan Snyder cannot micromanage any of the football side. No more taking Dwayne Haskins in the first round just because you want to, even though everybody on the football side of the staff, front office, coaching, all of that didn't want him. No more of that. Don't ever start calling in picks from your yacht again, because I know you're not watching film. We know this.
No one will ever know! No one will ever know!
And it's crazy too, because like, as rich as he is, $450 million of that $875 million that he's gonna have to pay to buy the team, he's getting a loan for it. The NFL is set to approve a waiver for him to get that $450 million loan. That's how the rich stay rich right there. Now, it hasn't been officially approved, but it's expected to be, because at least 24 out of the 32 owners, 3/4, have to approve of this. And there will be a league's owner meeting next week for that to happen. So we'll find out next week. I will keep y'all in tune. But this is crazy, because after he buys the team, Snyder and his minority investors will cease any ongoing legal battle that have been bringing up all of the ugly stuff coming to light. And I mean, anything that's ugly that happened needs to come to light. There's no reason that him buying 100% of the team should make it so any dirt that he or anybody else close to him have done should just be wiped away. But it seems like that's what's gonna happen.
Excellent.
All of the legal battles he's been dealing with, all of the investigations he's been dealing with will all stop once he buys 100% of the team. And all of that drama will be put to rest. And again, anything that he's done that was bad or anybody close to him needs to come to light. So that's definitely an unfortunate byproduct of him buying this team. So it's already been approved that he will buy the team. They're waiting to approve that $450 million loan. Shouts out to the NFL Finance Committee for paving the way for all of this to happen. And this is a bad shout out. I mean, again, as long as Dan Snyder stays out the way like he has been, my main problem is Willie. Now that he has 100% control of the team, will he stay out the way like he has been? If he has, like what he's been doing since Ron Rivera's been here, staying out of the way, giving them a blank check for whatever they wanted to do. I mean, even starting an African American hiring awareness type of organization. He signed off on that, gave money towards it, all types of things. Like, he's been doing what we've wanted our owner to do this whole time. He's been doing that since Ron Rivera's been here. And as long as he keeps doing exactly what he's been doing since Ron Rivera's been here, we're going to be straight. We're going to be set. But if he starts gaining a bigger ego, and now that he has 100% control of the team, he wants to start micromanaging again, we're in big trouble. And I love Ron Rivera. I love his vision. I love everything we got going on. But if Dan Snyder wants to override any of it, if he just wakes up moody one day and wants to fire Ron Rivera, he clearly has the control to do that. He been had the control, but now he has 100% control of the entire team. No more going to a voting system to make any moves. He just wakes up one day and wants to sell FedEx Field and Landover, he can. It's just, there's no waiting for somebody else to approve it. And it's crazy too, because he's one of the richest owners out of the entire NFL. So it's crazy that he's one of the few that doesn't own 100% of his own team. So this was basically something that was bound to happen eventually. Bad timing, because it seems like everything we had was just going up and up and up. We're getting better and better and better, and then this just comes out of nowhere, so that sucks. And just to break it down, Dan Snyder owns 40.59% of the franchise. Not even the majority. He just happens to have the biggest stake in it. Then there's also Fred Smith, Robert Rothman, and Dwight Schar, which is 40.5%. His mother owns 6.5%, and his sister owns 12.55%. So he'll buy all of that up and have a complete 100%. I'm not sure if everybody knew exactly how much he owned and how much his family owned, but there you go. But yeah, let me know in the comment section how you feel about this whole Dan Snyder thing. Are you worried? Do you feel like this will work out for the best? Do you feel like he's finally changed since Ron Rivera's here? And even though he's going to own 100% of the team, he will continue to do the, dare I say, good job that he's been doing since Ron Rivera's been here. Again, staying out of the way, not micromanaging, and just writing blank checks to whatever Ron Rivera or Jason Wright wants done. Moving on. Washington is carefully monitoring the N'Keal Harry situation in New England. His asking price is reportedly a 4th round pick, and I'm somewhere in the realm of 5th round pick or lower, but the potential is there, and I may be willing to do a 4th round pick. It would take me a while to really sit on it and think about it. The potential is enormous right there. Of course, the floor is low, as we've seen in New England, but the ceiling is very high. We do need to put some respect on N'Keal Harry's name, because I know people are saying we have Kelvin Harmon, we have Cam Sims, but I feel like this is the ideal situation to bring him into, because now we have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's a gunslinger. He's going to get his chances if he were to come to this team. But most importantly, I would not be willing to do this without Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. If we were bringing him in to be like a guaranteed, he needs to work out day one type of guy, even if we just had Terry without Curtis Samuel, I would be very iffy on it. And if we didn't have Terry or Curtis Samuel, definitely not. But the fact that he doesn't have to come in and immediately have a huge impact, Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel can carry the load, while other guys, Kelvin Harmon and Cam Sims, are helping him by competing against him for that 3rd wide receiver spot. Really the number 2 spot, because I feel like Curtis Samuel may end up being a slot, or maybe Curtis Samuel isn't just a slot. He's going to be everywhere. If we're talking about just in a base offense and what they'll be doing most of the time, I feel like Curtis Samuel could potentially be in the slot. So a nice, big size, box you out, huge target in the red zone guy. We still don't exactly have that. Unless Kelvin Harmon, Cam Sims, Isaiah Wright step up, but who knows if they will. I love Kelvin Harmon, and what he was doing his rookie season had me very excited about his potential with these contested catches, these one-hand catches. He was just a beast out there. His only problem was separating and all of his speed and his athleticism and things like that. But apparently before he got hurt during last offseason, there were rumors and reports that he was starting to work on that, and he was able to run routes better. He was starting to gain a little bit more separation. So I'm excited about Kelvin Harmon, but bringing in a N'Keal Harry for competition will not hurt, because some people talk about Kelvin Harmon being Baby Julio. No, N'Keal Harry is Baby Julio. And there's a reason Kelvin Harmon went so late in the draft. There's a reason Cam Sims went undrafted. But N'Keal Harry slid late in the 1st round, and we were shocked about that. I mostly just feel like, well, first of all, his rookie season hurt basically the whole time, didn't really get a chance. And then his next season, he was able to stay healthy, but the Patriots situation was horrible. My boy Cam Newton didn't deserve that. Nobody deserved that. Now, he's a lot of the blame. but the talent is definitely there. And he's literally what you would consider a baby Julio. I mean, he's 6'4", 228 pounds, 38-inch arms, 9.5-inch hands, with a 78.25-inch wingspan. And this guy ran a 4.53 40 time. Baby Julio. With his 40-yard dash, he basically ran 18.06 miles per hour. And of course, he had a 27 bench press with as strong as he is. He had a 38.5 vert, 122-inch broad jump. And this is at the official combine. This is not like his pro day results, which may vary and you just don't know how much to trust them. These are his 2019 combine measurements and results. If you want to say anybody's baby Julio, it fits him more than the Kelvin Harmon. So I'm definitely willing to take a chance on him, especially if you can get him for a 5th round pick or later. You do that immediately. He's on a rookie deal, so he's not expensive. And the potential he has, come on now. Like, coming out of the draft, a lot of us thought he was literally going to be Allen Robinson. And Allen Robinson was potentially going to command like a almost $20 million per year contract, probably more than what Kenny Galladay's getting paid from the Giants. Like, the potential is there. You can see it. Now, granted, I'm gonna have to watch a lot of deep film to see exactly why he didn't work out for the Patriots. From what I've seen just from watching their games on the surface, again, I haven't done a deep analysis of his play yet so far since he's been in the league. But so far, what I've seen is just he just hasn't had a chance to develop really. Came in rookie year, got hurt. Never was able to catch up to speed. Then we didn't have an off season. So he hasn't just had a true season to really sit back and develop. Plus, he was pressured to be the guy. Like, I mean, with Julian Edelman constantly hurt, no other real options on the team. Cam Newton struggling after he caught COVID. And again, his rookie season, he was hurt the whole time. So he just hasn't had a chance. I mean, the pressure was on him to produce immediately. He was supposedly the guy, the #1 receiver immediately and everything. So defenses were also game planning against him. You getting N'Keal Harry on side of Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin. Of course, the defenses are going to focus more so on Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. So he's going to be able to eat. There's no reason he should see anything more than the one-on-one. And again, with his size, with his athleticism, I can see him eating as a third receiver. Come on now. N'Keal Harry is a third. Coming out of the draft, most of us thought that he was literally going to be an Allen Robinson clone and should be the #1 receiver on the team. Like, all of the athletic traits are there. With that vert, with that 40 time, with him being 6'4", 228. I mean, I just can't exactly see how that wouldn't work out. Their QB situation wasn't great. Cam Newton, again, after COVID, was struggling. Now he would have Ryan Fitzpatrick, and again, with Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, taking away all of the attention from the defenses. With Kelvin Harmon, Cam Sims, and Isaiah Wright bringing out the best in them from the competition he would have here just to even get on the field, I feel like we would be one of the best situations for him to go to and possibly revive his career. Again, think Allen Robinson. And again, we don't have a dominant receiver with his size. Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin are not 6'4", almost 230 pounds with a 27 bench press. Like, we just don't have that type of talent on our team currently. He feels a big need on 3rd and shorts, red zone, all of that. Like, that's the guy we need. That's the guy we hope Cam Sims would be consistently. That's the guy we were hoping that Kelvin Harmon could eventually be. And again, I love Kelvin Harmon, but there's a reason Cam Sims went undrafted. There's a reason Kelvin Harmon went in the 6th round. Kelvin Harmon just doesn't have a high ceiling because he's not athletic. Being 6'3", 221 pounds, he's the size I'm talking about, but he just doesn't bring those athletic traits that a N'Keal Harry brings. So his ceiling is limited. I love Kelvin Harmon. I think he could be a pretty good receiver, but there's only so much you can get out of a receiver that's just an average athlete. I think he could ultimately be a great wide receiver 3 or 2, depending on if you prefer Curtis Samuel in the slot. But again, there's an obvious ceiling there. There's not much of a ceiling with N'Keal Harry. But there's also clearly a low floor, and I think Kelvin Harmon comes with a pretty high floor as long as he stays healthy. They're like complete opposites of the spectrum. For people that are very similar in size, it's crazy that N'Keal Harry is all ceiling, no floor. Kelvin Harmon has a good floor, but not much of a ceiling. I say, hey man, if you can get him for a 5th round pick or later, right now, again, the asking price is reportedly a 4th round pick, but you can get him for a 5th round pick or later, you have to do that. The talent is there to potentially get an Allen Robinson for a 5th round pick on a rookie deal. Come on now. I just don't see how you can say no to that. The Patriots pride themselves on bringing in players that people don't expect to be great and then getting greatness out of them. I say we do the same thing back. And this coaching staff has clearly shown they know how to develop players. Because when we got Ronald Darby, back to Eric Flowers that season, but Ronald Darby, Logan Thomas, Wes Schweitzer, J.D. McKissick, Cornelius Lucas, they all outperformed our expectations for them. All of them. All 5 of them. They're all outplaying their current contracts. Well, I mean, granted, Ronald Darby left and pulled to Eric Flowers, but like, our coaching staff clearly has shown that they know how to get the best out of players. They've shown to take guys that other teams don't want. One man's trash is another man's treasure type of coaching staff. And those are the coaching staffs that have long-term success. Those are the coaching staffs that make it to the Super Bowl. Because you're getting the best out of guys on very cheap contracts because they weren't expected to be as good as they end up being, because this coaching staff knows how to develop guys. And most importantly, knows how to plug them in our offense and defense to get the best out of them. It's not just development, it's also knowing how to utilize their talents, their weaknesses, and strengths. And our coaching staff is clearly shown from last season with that free agency haul that we know how to do that. And I feel like N'Keal Harry could come in and do the same thing, but just with a higher ceiling. N'Keal Harry has the potential to be a better receiver than Logan Thomas is a tight end, than J.D. McKissick is a running back, than Cornelius Lucas, Wes Schweitzer are at being offensive linemen, than Ronald Darby was at being a corner. The ceiling, again, is there. I keep reiterating that. The ceiling is there. The potential is wild. I say take a flyer on it. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. Just wanted to talk to y'all about 2 very controversial topics amongst Burgundy and Gold Nation right now. Please get in the comment section and let me know how y'all feel about the Dan Snyder situation, the N'Keal Harry situation. Please get in the comments. I will be there. Been backed up, been busy, so I'm working on this William Jackson film session. I'm gonna get that out to y'all as soon as I can, and I will be getting back into the comment sections. But as always, man, I appreciate the support. Please like this video if you liked it. If you learned anything, please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification every time I release an informative and controversial video like this one. Every time I live stream, every Friday 8 to 10 p.m. every Sunday sometime in the afternoon for a couple of hours, or just any other random day for some big news that happens. Stay tuned for all of that. All of my film sessions, my last 3 mock drafts before the official draft comes out. Stay tuned for all of that. And as always, man, I really appreciate all of the support. Appreciate everybody that gives to the channel in any way, pulling up and liking every video and live stream, sharing it out to everybody they know so we can add more people to the Street Scores family. Big shouts out to everybody that donates. Huge shouts out to everybody that's a sponsor, especially my Pro Bowl sponsors whose name you see scrolling on the screen right now, man. I really appreciate all y'all. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.